Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to Paws On Animation, our channel, and Paws on Netflix podcast.
Today we're covering the new sports anime on Netflix, Rising Impact.
Now this golfing anime.
Golfing.
Right on Netflix, and with the second season right around the corner, literally, it's time we cover our thoughts on it before it premieres. But
before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, notification with some future podcasts and one of Paws videos.
Yes, and if you're like us, you're probably not familiar with this manga or the anime that adapted it. It's a sports anime written by Nakaba Suzuki. It has 17 volumes. Now this manga actually ran from November of 1998 to February of 2002, meaning it took 20 years for this manga to get an anime.
And we couldn't believe how old it was. We were thinking this was some new anime, but when you start paying attention to the surroundings of it, it's not taking place in the current year.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of cell phone activity and computer activity and things. You can see that it's being updated to try to, to fit in with current events. But it's got a really laid back vibe, and it's not a lot of stuff going on in terms of a lot of activity that happens now, which lets you know it's a different time period it was written in. The anime itself has 12 episodes and is exclusively right now airing on Netflix.
Right. And then I think the second season is going to have the same amount of episodes. So I'm kind of just thinking back in my head, it's probably just one 26 or 24 episode run show, and then they split it in half to get people to still be engaged with it.
I'm thinking the same thing. So if you've been joining us for a while, thank you. You know we've watched quite a few sports anime. So this is our first golfing one. We don't even know there was another golfing one before this.
Right.
But I thought it would be fun, and Rascal said, okay. And so we started watching it, and the main character is Gawain Nanwi. And he's adorable. And I couldn't figure out who was voicing the character, because it sounds like an actual kid. And Rascal very brilliantly said, that's Debbie Derryberry. I think that's her. And sure enough, at the end, her name pops up, and she said, because it sounds like Jimmy Neutron.
Yes.
So you know the character sounds really cute. The way he's drawn, he's adorable. And they have lots of chibi moments where they make him look like one of the Gakugan babysitter kids.
Yes.
Where he looks like he's a foot tall.
Right.
And these big chubby cheeks. And he's really cute and a likable character.
Yes.
It starts off where you see him with his grandfather, and he runs into Kira Nishino, who's voiced by Abby Trott, and that's Nezuko. And she's already a professional golfer.
Right.
She sees him hitting. What was he hitting?
Oh, he was baseball.
Yes.
He was playing baseball.
And then she ends up telling him about golfing.
Right.
And then he hits the ball so far she's stunned.
Right.
And she's like, well, you got the talent to do this seriously.
Right. And depending on when this came out in terms of the movie, it looked like they were also doing a shout out to Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
Because he wanted to play a sport that he was no good at, and then he had to switch over to one that fit the speed. If he was hitting the ball, he was doing like Happy, where he hit it so hard it was going miles away where it's supposed to. And he wanted to play hockey, and like, you can't do that doing that. So in here he's playing baseball, he's hitting the ball so far they can't get it back. He just hits home runs immediately. And it's like, well, it looks like he wasn't made for baseball. He was made for golf. That seemed to be what his true calling was.
Yes. And so she sees his talent, and the grandfather said, you should go and you should, go after your destiny. I'll be fine. As usual, his parents are gone, so he's being reared by his grandfather. So then she takes him to where she lives in Japan. And then he ends up at Camelot University. Is that what it's called?
I think so, because you'll notice
they train a lot of up-and-coming golfing prodigies.
Right. And you'll notice there's like a certain theme around this where the places and the characters are all named after ones from King Arthur books.
And I remember when she said Gawain, you said, what kind of name is that? And I said, that's like Middle English. And,
yeah.
And then she said, we kept hearing Lancelot. And
the place is called Camelot. And, oh yeah, all the characters have these names, so I guess it's supposed to be representative of those figures in a golfing world.
So in this universe, there's a Camelot University. I'm gonna call it that. If it's not university, you can correct us in the comments. There's one in the UK, there's one in Japan, there's one in the US.
Right.
And so they have these championships every year, like golfing does now, except for it's just these prodigies that compete.
Right, all the three.
Right. So in here you've got a varied cast from the three places that we mentioned, as well as from China and I think Russia.
Yeah, they mentioned
Germany.
one Russia, yeah.
So you've got a rounded cast. And it's funny because everyone in here has ego except for Gawain.
Right, and they're like, what's wrong with you?
And a lot of the characters are funny, and some of them are obnoxious and unlikable. Many of them, though, I have to say, unfortunately, I kind of want to know where they're a trope character.
Yeah,
and maybe them,
maybe because of when it was written, that's possible, and it's just like, these are the obstacles for the characters, really, and their whole goal is, as it goes for anime, to be the best in the country or in the world, to be the top leading, and they established that for this universe, Japan isn't in a top 3 when it comes to golfing. It's
That's
the
how
UK.
It was written a while ago.
Right. It was the UK and the US, and that pissed a lot of people off in charge of it, so they're training all these golfers hard so they can top those 2 countries. And all I could think was, can you at least let us have freaking golf? We can't even have golf. You gotta beat us in that too?
But the characters are memorable in terms of when you watch it, you don't see the characters and they all look like each other. And you have to remember whom's whom. They all have different
That's
voices,
true.
even though they are tropes. So you've got a good voice cast here. We mentioned Debbie Derryberry, and finally she's got an anime role, so we're happy about that. You also have, as I mentioned, Abby Trott, who's Nezuko, Colleen O'Shaughnessy. You have Aaron Yvette, Kyle McCarley, Ben Diskin,
Yes.
Erica Hallaker, Ann Yatka, who's Nobara.
Yes.
Mick Lauer, Landon McDonald, yay! And
Hooray.
Courtney Taylor. So you got a great VA cast here. And you're probably wondering, well, it's golf. And you're telling this little kid. And the characters are memorable, kind of tropey, so why should we watch it? Because it's fun. Not
That's
only is
it,
it fun, it's also relaxing, but it's a lot of fun. They have a couple episodes where you get some older teens that come and, they do the trope bullying. But Gawain's personality is so carefree and fun, and he's so supportive and happy and just genuinely lovable that he almost ends up turning the tide with everyone he meets.
Right.
And they find him adorable, as you will, watching it. We go through them trying to qualify. Only 5 can go. And by the end of this season, you're down to the last 2 competing to see which one of them will be the 5th person.
Right.
And so that's where it leaves off. So when you get to season 2, hopefully the first episode will be us seeing who qualifies and it's not a flashback or something. And then we're guessing they're going to go to the championship.
Yeah, in
and
the
then
second
see,
season.
can they get, as you said, one of the Japanese Camelot students to win.
Right.
But it's really fun.
And it's a nice change of pace for Netflix because majority of what they pick, for some reason they think their algorithm says that American viewers like really hardcore, violent, vulgar, brutal anime, and a lot of them have been just doing that ad nauseum, and then they'll have one slice of life that's nonsensical. And it's like this. It was great to have an anime that was just a breather. You could just relax. It was fun. It was simple, and it wasn't heavy on making everything blow up every 5 seconds.
And for Netflix, that's a surprise because except for Kimini Todeki and a couple others, that's pretty much all you've got on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping
and only
that
a few of them actually are good.
that they will actually start having more variety to the original anime that they do. But this one here is a winner. If you like laid back, fun, you like sports anime, you like lovable characters, and Gawain is absolutely lovable. After the first episode, you're just going to want to pinch his little chubby cheeks.
Which they do a lot in here.
Yes, and hear him talk. She does this voice so wonderfully that all you want to do is hear him talk. When he gets excited, the voice carries, and it's so funny. And again, he's so supportive that he gets upset when other people don't do well. He tries to cheer them on and give them advice. They can't bring him down. No matter what happens, he has a bright outlook.
Right, and they keep saying when he gets the ball close to the hole, it's all luck. Like, he's gotten luck 17 times. I think it's past luck.
So 2 more characters I think we should mention. One is Lancelot. And he has a sister who at the time has Lancelot Norman. And he's British. His sister is having surgery to try to renew her eyesight because something happened that you really kind of don't understand when they show you the flashbacks. But his sister's in the hospital, and he won't go to Camelot because until she's well, he's going to stay by her side. And he is one of the top golfers in the world, even in his teenage. And yeah, he's tropey. He's the type that girls would like. He's kind of emo. He's stoic. He's pretty. He looks like a girl almost. And then you've got the little girl who's another tropey character who's in love with him and doesn't want anyone else to bother him. And she is Kyria's sister, little sister.
Right.
Because she says, she keeps calling Gawain future brother-in-law. Because her sister, who's an adult, is the one who led him to golfing.
Yeah.
And she keeps saying, "Oh, you're gonna marry him." And
He's
she's
like,
"What are you talking about?"
he's like, he's a kill. Age doesn't matter. Like, okay, you need to stop talking now. It's just a number. Stop talking.
So they're funny. And then you've got Riser, who we thought was going to be a real tropey character because he's the American.
Right.
And they have being gruff.
And they call him the Quidgy Bow. He eats burgers. It's like, come on.
But he got around Gawain, and Gawain changed his heart, and now they're best buds. So I do like that some of the characters you think are going to be that one note character end up changing in his presence. And you like those type of anime where you have characters that are the catalyst for change, and everyone seems to revolve around them like the planets around the sun.
Right.
So it's fun and you'll like it. Now, if you happen to have either read the manga or seen Rising Impact, let us know in the comments. If you haven't, go to Netflix exclusively where it's airing and watch it. We promise you, you'll like it. Don't expect mind-changing, change-my-life anime, but something, as we always say, to cleanse your palate from the other more hardcore anime you're watching. Then Gawain and this bevy of students and instructors will bring you joy when you watch it.
Right. So if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and big reviews for your anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
And thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing our videos. It helps us out so much. And as always,
you are special. Thank you so much for watching Rascal Entertainment. Have a fantastic day.
Peace.